Okay, good. This is the October-November 2020 paper, variant number 22. Variant number 22. We will try to finish all the questions as much as can for today. Okay, the first question. We read the question. Dave owned the business selling furniture. The following transaction took place during the August 2020. Then sold, return, cash sales, and then pay the debt, settle the debt. Okay. On the 1st August, the balance on the customer's Petra sales ledger is this is the balance BD lah. This is the balance BD. So what the question asked me to do? The question asked me to do complete the table by each business document and book of prime entry for the following transaction. So first one, transaction number 2. This is transaction number 2. Transaction number 2 is this. Petra returned damaged good to Dave. So this one will be what document, what business document that we will use for this. Whenever we return, we will use what document? We will use credit note. You know what? We use credit note. And book of prime entry. Okay, we have how many book of prime entry? We have what type of the book of prime entry? Sales journal, purchases journal, sales return journal, purchases return journal, cash book, petty cash book. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Another one is journal, or some people will call that general journal, journal or general journal. Okay, credit note will be in which book? It's either sales return or purchases return. So this is from whose point of view? This is the Dave's point of view. Dave's point of view. And Petra returned damaged good to Dave. So Dave is the seller. Dave is the seller. Because Petra returned the goods means previously I got sell. I'm the Dave. I'm the Dave. I sell to that guy returned to me. So that one will be my sales return. So right here, sales return. If you just write sales return, you don't get any marks. If you just write sales return, you don't get any marks. It's supposed to be sales return journal. The word journal must be there. Okay, next one. Transaction number 3. Transaction number 3 is this. The transaction number 3. Banked cash sales. Banked cash sale. Cash sales bank in. Okay. Whenever you bank in, what we use? We use paying in slip. Or you can say bank slip also can. Okay. Banking slip also can. Okay. Paying in slip or banking slip also can. Okay. The money that you bank in into the bank lah. Okay, this one will be recorded in a cash book since you bank in, right? So it's cash book, sorry. Cash book. Next one, number 4. Number 4 is Petra settled outstanding balance on the 1st August by credit transfer. Okay, wait. Do you know what is a credit transfer? Okay, credit transfer, yes, it's using the bank money. Okay, we instruct the bank to transfer the transfer the money to the someone. Okay, but then do you think the bank will give you any proof the money transferred? No. So how you will know the credit transfer have taken place? How do you know the credit transfer? When or how you know the credit transfer has been taken, happened? Whenever we receive what from the bank? Whenever we receive something from the bank, then only we will know the money already transferred. It's from bank statement. Okay, from the bank statement only, we will know the credit transfer take place. From the bank statement only, we will know it will take place. And since it's the payment, they go to the cash book. It will go to the cash book. Understand or not? Any problem? Okay, no problem. We continue. Prepare the account of the Petra for August 2020. It would be appear in the day sales ledger. So Petra is my trade payable or trade receivable? Trade receivable. Petra is my trade receivable because I'm the seller. Dave is the seller. Dave seller means Petra is my trade receivable. So I'm going to prepare the trade receivable account. In a trade receivable account, there is a balance of 940. That's a balance of 940. Okay, we read carefully. Read carefully. The balance on the credit customer Petra sales ledger is 940. Credit customer means trade receivable. Credit customer means trade receivable. Trade receivable is my asset. Trade receivable is my asset. Asset balance BD. 1st August, so balance BD. Asset balance BD will be in a debit side or credit side. Asset balance BD will be debit side or credit side. You know, right? Adam wants to eat large chicken rice. Asset will be in a debit side. So since asset is debit, so I go debit side, I write 940. Right here, balance BD. The date will be 2020, August 1. After that, we will record all this transaction, whichever related to Petra, whichever related to Petra. Okay, first one, sold goods on credit to Petra, 675. If I sell to that guy, how much the guy owe me will be increased. So it will be in a debit side. Sales account will be credit. Sales account will be credit. Petra account will be debit. When? August 9. So I write here August 9. How much? 675. I write here sales. Petra account debit, and then the sales account will be credit. Next one. Petra returned the damaged good under 20. If the guy returned to me is a sales return will be in a credit side. Sales return will be in a credit side because it's reduced the debt. 2020, August 14. Then right here, sales return under 20. Sales return under 20. After that, cash sales bank in. Cash sales bank in are not related to Petra. Not related to Petra, so no need to write in the Petra's account. It's not related to Petra, so no need to record in the Petra's account. So don't care. Petra settled her outstanding balance on the 1st August. How much she owe me on the 1st August? On the 1st August, she owe me 940. Out of the 940, she pay me 5%. After the 5% discount. So 940 times 5%, how much? 940 times 5%, I get 47. Okay. And also, how much I pay? How much I receive? 940 minus 47, 893. We receive 893, and then we allow a discount of 47. We allow a discount of 47. So it will be debit or credit? In a bank account will be debit. Petra accounts will be credit. Right here, bank, because it should transfer to us. When was it? 29. And also we have a discount allowed. Right here, discount allowed. Discount allowed is how much? 47. Anything else? No, we are done with all the transaction. Now we balance up this. How to balance up? See which side is bigger. I feel debit side is bigger. So I total up the debit. How much? 940 plus 675. I get 1615. 1615 minus 120 minus 893 minus 47. I get 555. That's my balance CD. This balance CD will become balance BD on the next day. 31st August means 2020, September 1st. September 1st. Can or not? It's easy as 3 mark actually, 6 marks. Okay, next one. Identify the section of the DAFE statement of financial position on 31st August, which the balance Petra would be appear. Wait, it's on the debit side. If it is a debit side, means it's a asset. It's asset. But which asset? Current asset or non-current asset? It will be current asset because trade receivables will be current. Okay, only the non-current asset is the long-term assets. So this will be current assets. Free mark also. Okay, next one. Dave allows his credit customer a cash discount of 5% of the prompt payment. He is considering to reduce 2%. So now he giving a 5%. He want to reduce to 2%. State one advantage and one disadvantage to Dave of this proposal. If you reduce, what is the advantage? More revenue is not a correct answer. More profit is better. Revenue means you will receive. You don't receive anything. What? If you reduce the cash discount, your expenses will be reduced and your profit will be up. Your profit will be up. Understand? So the advantage is there is increase profit for the year, and the disadvantage is lost the customer, or the customer will take longer to pay. Okay, may lost customer, or another thing, another point that you can say, the disadvantage is customers may take longer to pay because discount reduced already, right? Only 2%. They don't not interested in the 2%, so they pay later lah. They take the money, they go invest in somewhere else, they get more profit there, so they don't want to pay us first. Can happen. Okay, the another advantage, I give you another point. For advantages, you can say also increase in cash inflow. So we will receive more money, right? Because we reduce the discount means we receive more money. Okay, you cannot, it's not revenue, it's not revenue. Okay, it is cash inflow. Increase in a cash inflow. We receive more money. We receive more money than compared to last time. Okay, next one. Dave is considering turning his business into a limited company. Wait, now Dave is a sole trader, right? Dave owns a business of selling furniture. So yeah, he's a sole trader. Dave is a sole trader. From sole trader, he wants to become a limited company. Okay, he planning to change to a limited company. Advise Dave whether or not he should form a limited company. Justify your answer with 2 advantages, 2 disadvantages forming a limited company. So now you're talking about the 2 advantages and 2 disadvantages of the limited company, and also you need to advise lah. You need to advise. So as I told you, do in a paragraph. Okay, first we talk about advantages. Okay, what are the advantages? For now, I'll just write in a point form, but in exam you need to do in sentence. Okay, it's okay. I just do in sentence. I just do in sentence. I start with the advantages of forming a limited company are, okay, first one, what? The best thing of limited company is what? Limited liability. You remember not? When the company bankrupt, you don't need to care about that. Okay, when the company go bankrupt, we say we don't know. Okay, so that's the best thing of a limited company. So Dave will have limited liability for the debts of the company. If it's a sole trader, he need to liable for that. He is responsible for the company's debt. But if it is a limited company, it's a limited liability, so he's not responsible for the business debt. He's not responsible for the business debt. And another one, if it is a sole trader, it's very hard to get a loan. Sole trader, if you apply bank loan, now the bank will not really comfortable to give. They will check your background, that and this. But if you're a limited company, bank will trust you, because limited company consider you a big company. Okay, you don't have any problem in the having a finance. Okay, that's one point. Another one is, first we write this, Dave will have access to different forms of finance. Okay, if bank don't want to give us, a loan, what we can do? We can issue a debenture. You know what's debenture, right? Take a loan from the public. But sole trader cannot issue a debenture. Sole trader cannot issue a debenture. But a limited company can issue a debenture to the public. You can take loan from the public also can. Okay, that's one is a different form of finance. We can take a bank loan, we can take a debenture, or we can issue a more what we call shares, okay, preference shares, ordinary shares. So we get more finance, we'll get more money compared to a sole trader. Sole trader, only I, the owner, can give the money. Okay, this is the advantages. The next one, the disadvantages of forming a limited company are okay, longer decision taking. No, longer decision taking can go for partnership, not for limited company. Okay, more rules, yes. More rules, yes. Okay, we have more rules to form a limited company, and it's expensive to form a limited company. It's expensive compared to sole trader. It is more expensive to form a limited company. Okay, you can say the limited company will have greater regulation than sole trader. Okay, we have a greater regulation, rules and regulation, a lot of rules and regulation that we need to comply. And the accounting requirement of a limited company, will be more complex than sole trader. You know what? If you're a sole trader, you just prepare your account, you just submit to the government for the tax department, tax purpose. That's it for sole trader. But if you're a limited company, you need to submit to your ROC, Register of Company, and then you need to publish in the newspaper. You need to send to all the shareholders. Got a lot of. Then you need to do an annual general meeting every year. Okay, all these things. Yes, another answer. This one also acceptable. Dave might lose control. Okay, it's too many shareholders are there, so he might lose or dilute his power. Dilute, then he give his power to the other people. You need to share the power with other people. Can also. Okay, but the question asking 2 advantages, 2 disadvantages, I already give you. And then the last one, I would advise Dave to form a limited company. Okay, if you want to continue also again, I would advise Dave to form a limited company because there are more advantages than disadvantages in forming a limited company. Or you can say it is better for him. So if you say don't want also, you just explain like that. Or you just stop here also can, like this. Okay, you'll get 5 marks for this. Okay, now? Quite straightforward. And this answer you can take from the business studies also. The business study also, you learn this, right? Advantages, disadvantages, limited company. You can take the points from the business study lesson also can. Okay, you still get the marks. Okay, next one, question number 2. Question number 2 is BH Sports Club provide the sporting facilities. And then there's a cafe. There's a cafe on the use of the members. And this is my balance BD. This is my balance CD. All these are balance BD. All these are balance CD. And then this is the money received. And this is the money paid. Money received and money paid. And then there's additional information. There's a depreciation. There's a depreciation. So later I calculate the depreciation. And next one. Give me 1 minute. Okay, I put side by side, so easy for me. Balance BD, balance CD, money in, money out. Okay, the first one, the question asked me, prepare a subscription account. Prepare a subscription account. Year ended 31st July and then bring down the balance. Okay, now I'm going to highlight all the information that related to subscription. Subscription areas, subscription received in advance, and subscription received. Do you see any other subscription here? No, only these 5, or only these 4 actually. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, only these 4. So now we're going to do the subscription account. First thing first, we need to decide it's debit or credit. Okay, subscription in areas. Subscription in areas means accrued. Accrued areas means accrued. Areas means accrued. Accrued means I supposed to receive, but I haven't received. I supposed to receive, I haven't received. So this one will be asset. Asset, balance BD. Asset, balance BD. Debit or credit, if you don't know, you just ask. Adam wants eat large chicken rice. Adam wants eat large chicken rice. What is this? Adam wants eat large chicken rice. Asset, withdrawal, expenses will be in a debit side. Liability, capital, revenue will be in a credit side. Whenever this value increase, they will stay at their house. And their balance BD also, they stay at their house. Whenever their value decrease or their balance CD, they will exchange their house. So now accrued is asset. Subscription accrued is asset. Asset, balance BD. Asset, balance BD will be in a debit side. Debit side. If this one debit, CD. Asset, CD will be credit side. Asset, CD will be credit side. So this one will be credit side. And subscription received in advance. Subscription received in advance means a prepaid. Prepaid is liability. Prepaid is liability. We don't have BD. We don't have BD. We just have CD only. We just have CD. So CD will be liability CD. Liability CD will be debit side. Understand? Huh? If you don't understand, please let me know. I'll explain again. Okay. Then subscription received. If a subscription received in a bank account, it will be debit. But now in a revenue account, it will be in a credit. So you know this one debit, this one credit, this one debit, this one credit. You balance up, you will know how much the revenue for the year, how much subscription for the year. The subscription for the year will be transferred to income and expenditure. Will be transferred to income and expenditure. So I go here. First one, I want to write the 360 here. 360 in a debit side because subscription accrued balance BD is asset will be debit side. The date will be 2020, is it? What is the date? Yeah, sorry, 2019, August 1. 2019, August 1, right here, balance BD. After that, balance CD, wait, balance CD, the last one that we will put. After the balance BD, this one don't have balance BD, so don't care. I put the bank first. Sorry, excuse me. This bank will be credit side. The date will be last day, 2020, July 31st. Right here, bank, how much? 9960. After that, balance CD. Balance CD, this one will be credit 720. So right here, 720. Right here, balance CD. Then another one is balance BD, balance CD also in the debit side. Balance CD also, balance CD in the debit side under 20. So write the date 2020, July 31st. If possible, leave one line for the income and expenditure, then only write balance CD. Okay, that's a perfect answer. But if you forget to write also, no problem. If you forget to leave one line, also it's okay. Just write here balance CD. But the perfect answer, you leave one line for the income and expenditure, then only write balance CD lah. But if you forget also, it's okay. As long in the right side, you still get the marks. 120. 120, right? Yes. Then after that, that's it. The four things that I highlight for the subscription account already put here ready. So now we balance up. Just leave one line. Okay, extra, double line, double line. See which side is bigger. I feel credit side is bigger. So credit side, how much? 9960 plus 720. I get 10680. 10680 minus with 120 minus with 360. I get 10,200. Right here, 10,200. This 10,200 will go to income and expenditure. You must write full income and expenditure. Some are in an exam, some of you just write income. It's wrong. Must write income and expenditure. Write full. Okay, can I stop here? And if you stop here, you lost 2 marks. It's wasted 2 marks. If you stop here, you will waste 2 marks. This balance CD must go here BD. Balance BD. 2020 August 1st. This balance CD go here BD under 20 2020 August 1st. Balance BD. Okay, if you didn't write the balance BD, wasted 2 marks actually. Okay, now subscription account. Okay, next one, the question asked me to calculate cafe profit. If you ask me, the best way to calculate the cafe profit is prepare the trading account. The best way to calculate the cafe profit is prepare the trading account. Okay, you want to do some simple calculation can, but sometimes you go wrong. Okay, the safest way, the fastest way, just prepare the trading account. So I go check. I'm going to highlight in a green color all the things that are related to cafe. First, I can see. First, I can see cafe opening inventory, closing inventory. I can see wages accrued cafe. Accrued opening and closing. Cafe takings. You remember or not? What is the meaning of taking? Taking means sales. Cafe taking means cafe sales. Remember this word. Cafe taking means cafe sales. Okay, wages for staff, cafe staff. Purchases for cafe. Do you see any other cafe? Not really. I don't have anything. Again, only this is related to cafe. We don't have anything. Okay, now we're going to do the cafe income statement or cafe trading account. You want to write the title, can la cafe trading account. Cafe trading account for the year ended 31st July 2000. You want right or don't want right also can, because the question asks you to calculate only, so they don't care about the title. Actually, they don't care about title as long as you show the working can already. Okay, I'll start with sales. Cafe sales. How much is the cafe sales? Or you can write cafe revenue also. 13527. 13520. Sorry. 13520. This one minus with cost of sales. Your cost of sales will start with opening inventory. Your opening inventory, how much? Opening inventory of cafe, 520. Are you following me? Anything that you don't agree with me or don't understand, please ask me. 520. This one will be plus with purchases. Purchases, how much the purchases? Purchases 8190. Right here, 8190 plus together. 8190 plus 520, I get 8710. This 8710 minus with closing inventory. How much is my closing inventory? 770. 770. So I go here, a minus with 770. I'll get 7940. Normally I write here 7940, but now cannot. Now I write here because this is the club and society. In a club and society's trading account, you need to plus with the expenses for the cafe, then only you minus together. So this one will be plus with wages, the cafe wages. Okay, how much the cafe wages? Wages for cafe lah, wages for cafe staff. But I have a problem here. My problem is I can see cafe wages here, and cafe wages here. Which one I will take, or I need to take all these three? Do I take all these three? Yes, we will do the adjustments. Do you remember? Accrued. We have accrued and prepaid. Do you remember the formula of accrued? Accrued, normally we plus. Prepaid, normally we minus. When I say normally, it stands for CD. When it's come to BD, the other way around. Accrued BD will be minus, prepaid BD will be plus. Please remember this. This one definitely will come out in IGCSE. You need to know this, this concept. Okay, accrued CD will be plus. Accrued BD will be minus. And prepaid CD will be minus. Prepaid BD will be plus. Remember this. This one definitely will come out in IGCSE. I'm very sure. You need to remember this format, this concept. Okay, now this is your 2750 is the wages. So I write here, I write down now 2750 plus accrued. CD will be plus 80. Plus 80 minus BD will be minus 60. Do you understand? If you don't understand, please ask me. So how much my wages? 2750 plus 80 minus 60. I'll get 2770. So you total up 7940 plus with 2770. I get 10710. 13520 minus with 10710. I get 2810. 2810 is my profit from cafe. This is a profit from cafe. Understand or not? Profit from cafe is 2810. Okay, after that, we have, that's it now, we finished already. Okay, in an exam also, if you like not enough 1 line, 2 line, you still can write. Don't write after this one line. Don't write after this line. If you want to write extra little bit, actually can one, no problem. Okay, but don't write after this particular line. Okay, that's the question number B. We are done already. See question number C. What the question asked me to do. Question number C, they want income and expenditure. Okay, income expenditure is quite easy. Income minus expenditure. That's it. Income minus expenditure. So do you remember the steps to do income and expenditure? First, you check the income. You check the income anywhere in income from the previous answer. You check the previous answer. You check the previous answer. Do you have any income or not? Second, you go check the receipt and payment. And also you check the balance BD and CD. Oh, actually, wait. You just check the receipt because first we check the income money. Check the receipt and balance BD and balance CD. Check these three. Do you have any income or not? Okay. The third one, check the additional information. After that, the fourth step, go back to the expenses. Check from the previous answer. From the previous answer, do you have any expenses or not? Then the fifth step, you check in a payment. Check in a payment and also check the balance BD and balance CD. Do you have any expenses or not? The sixth step is check the additional information. Okay, if you follow this, you never go wrong. If you follow this, you never go wrong. You don't miss out anything. Okay, if you follow this step by step, you never miss out anything. Okay, continue. Oh, sorry, my handwriting. You check your expenses, previous answer. Check your expenses in the previous answer. Previous answer means before you do the C, right? Before you do the C, A and B. Check in the A and B, the previous answer that you already done. Understand or not? This one also spelling some problem. Previous answer, sorry. Understand now? Okay, not? Is it clear? Okay, good. So first, I want to do the income expenditure. My income expenditure start with income first. Okay, I write income. I want to check the previous answer. Go check the previous answer. Do you have any income? Check the previous answer. This is a question C, right? Our previous answer means A and B. So check in A. Question number A. Do you have any income here? Yes. This is the income. This is the income. 10,200. That's why we write here income and expenditure. We'll go to the income expenditure. We'll go to the income expenditure. So go to the income. It's my subscription. 10,200. Right here, subscription. Subscriptions. After that, we have another answer. Cafe profit. Profit is an income also. Profit. If a loss, it will be expenditure. If a loss on cafe means it will be expenditure. If it is a profit, then it's an income. So income 2810. So go here, right? 2810. That's my profit from cafe. Profit from cafe. Or you can write profit on cafe also can. If you want to write profit on cafe also can. Same thing. Okay, once I done the previous answer, then I go to the receipt, balance BD, balance CD. So I go to the receipt. Where's my receipt? This is my receipt. This is my receipts, balance BD, balance CD. Check. Do you have any income or not? But actually I see This subscription receipt, I already calculated the latest or the subscription for the year right here. The sales, I already put in a trading account and I write here in a profit. So nothing. And BDCD, do you see any income? Bank is not, cafe inventory, no, sports hall, insurance is expenses, sports equipment is a asset, nothing. Okay, nothing. Okay, then we don't have this one, nothing. Then additional information, check in additional information. Additional information, there's only one additional information. They talk about depreciation. So no income. It means we are done with the income. We have only these two income. Just total up these two and write here. My total income is 13010. This total income will be minus with expenditure. Will minus with expenditure. Expenditure also go one round, all these three. First one, I'll check the previous answer. Check the previous answer. Do you have any expenses or expenditure? No, subscription is my income. I already put in income, so nothing. Profit, cafe also I get a profit. If I get loss, then it will go to the expenditure. But now in a cafe, I get a profit. If I get a profit already I write the profit I already write. I write in the income already, so don't have any previous answer. We don't have any expenditure. Next one is payment. Check in the payment. Check in the payment. Do you have any expenditure? This is my payment. Okay, first one, the purchases already taken care. Wages for cafe staff also we already put in a cafe in trading account, so don't care. Yes, next one is wages sports staff. Okay, wages for the sports staff is my expenditure. It's my expenditure. But before you write this expenditure in expenditure, can you check the balance BD and balance CD? Do you have accrued or prepaid or something? Do you have accrued or prepaid or something? No, I didn't see. I didn't see any. So this one straight away go here. Right here, wages. Sports staff. 5220. If you got accrued or prepaid, just follow this formula, plus and minus. If you got accrued or prepaid, just follow this formula, plus and minus. But this question is quite easy, they're straightforward. They didn't give any accrued or prepaid for the wages. Next one. Insurance. Yes, insurance is my expenditure. Insurance, my expenditure, 1430. But before I write here insurance, before I write here insurance, can you check? Do you have anything accrued or prepaid or something? Yes, in a balance BD and balance CD. Insurance prepaid 400, 440. Insurance prepaid. So if you got insurance prepaid, we need to do adjustments. So first I take 1430. Prepaid opening. This is the prepaid. BD is opening. Prepaid opening will be plus or minus. Prepaid opening plus or minus. Prepaid opening will be, prepaid. Prepaid opening will be plus. Prepaid opening will be plus. Prepaid opening will be plus. So this 400 is plus. Minus with closing 440 minus. Show the working. You must show the working. 1430 plus 400 minus 440. I get 1390. 1390. Cannot. Okay, next one. Sports equipment. Sports equipment is not expenses, but wait. Sports equipment is an asset. It's a non-current asset. It's a non-current asset. If you check here, wait, let me take a different color highlighter. If you check here, if you have a sports equipment, the book value is 3,900. Book value 3,900. And here's a sports equipment in the payment side. This is the payment. This is the payment. 2,100. It means it's a credit side means you pay. Credit side means you pay. If you pay means you will get your sports equipment will be increased or sports equipment will be decreased. You buy or you sell. It's in a payment side, so you buy or you sell. You buy or you sell. You buy. If you buy means your equipment will be increased. So how much is your new equipment? Your new equipment is 3,900 plus 2,100. 3,900 plus 2,100. My new equipment is 6,000. My new equipment is 6,000. Understand not? Okay. So that one nothing like, just leave it first. Okay. Later we'll come back. And also we have a sports hall. Okay. If I want to go here, this one I'm doing this already. So the additional information, you can check the additional information also lah. Okay, so payment BDCD is nothing. We finished already. So together we do the payment BDCD. You just see the additional information also. Additional information is 10% reducing balance depreciation for sports equipment. So this is my new sports equipment. My new sports equipment is 6,000. We calculate the depreciation. How much? 10%. We calculate depreciation 10%. So right here, depreciation is my expenses. Depreciation of sports equipment. How much? 6,000 times with 10%. I get 600. Do you understand? Okay, yes, I know what they say, reducing balance. Reducing balance means what? Cost minus accumulated depreciation times with the percentage, right? But this one, I take the 6,000. The 6,000 is what? 6,000 is the book value. They already give me the book value. What is the book value? If you take the cost minus the accumulated depreciation, is the book value. So they already minus for me. So I don't need to minus again. Just take the book value times now. Okay. After that, do you have any other expenditure? Do you have any other expenditure? Okay, I didn't see any expenditure, but I see one thing. Sports hall. Opening balance 17,000, closing balance 16,000. And I can see sports hall here. Sports hall expenses. Oh, I'm so sorry. I forget about this. The sports hall expenses is expenses. Sports hall expenses is expenses. You write here. 1270. I forget just now. Just put this. 1270. Do you have anything? Do you have anything? Sports hall expenses? Accrued or prepaid or something? Wait, my sports hall expenses is, ayo, my eyes for problem. It's 3360. 3360, not 12. 3360. Do you have accrued or prepaid? If you have accrued or prepaid, then we will plus minus, but I didn't see anything. So I write here, sports hall expenses. Sports hall expenses. After that, now talk about the sports hall. Okay, sports hall, my opening balance is 17,000. My closing balance is 16,560. So why the value reduced? It's a non-current asset. Sports hall is a non-current asset. Your non-current asset value decrease. Decrease means only two reasons. Reason number one, you sell. If you sell, you will receive money. If you sell, you receive money. Did you receive money because of sports hall? No, you didn't sell. If you sell, mean definitely will receive money, or the question here, they will tell you. They didn't tell anything. It means you didn't sell. A non-current asset value reduced, but you didn't sell. What is the reason? What is the reason of the non-current asset value reduced, but you didn't sell? It is depreciation. The question don't tell you, you check, they don't talk about depreciation here, but you as an account student should know this and must check this. Your non-current asset value reduced. So non-current asset value reduced means it's either you sold it, You sell it. Okay, check. Did you sell the spots all? No, you didn't sell the spots all. So the value reduced means is your depreciation. So you need to go here, right? Depreciation of sports hall. How much? 17,000 minus 16560. 17,000 minus 16560. I get 440. I get 440. Okay. Then can you check? I'm done already. We are done with all the balance BD, balance CD, and also payments and additional information. Everything done already. Everything done. If everything done, now total up. 5220 plus 1390 plus 600 plus 3360 plus 440. I get 11010. 13010 minus 11010. 13010 minus 11010. I get 2000. 2000 positive. If we get a positive 2000, that one is my surplus for the year. Surplus for the year is 2000. Understand or not? Okay, you people already watched this and listened this already. You people need to redo again. Then only you will understand. You need to redo again. Same the question. You take out the print out the question again. You need to redo. First, you watch already. Very good. Then after this, you need to redo again. Then only you will understand. Okay. Then only you understand. If you want this video later, you WhatsApp me. I can send this video to you and this file also. Okay. You watch again also can. But I want you to redo again without see the answer. Without see the answer, you need to redo the same question. Then only you will know whether you understand or not. Okay, next question, D. State what the balance of the BH Sports Club accumulated fund represent. So they want you to, what is the meaning? What is the meaning of the accumulated fund? The accumulated fund is the accumulated surpluses earned since the club started. Or in another word, you can say the differences between asset and liability. There's a two answer, either one you can write. One is accumulated surpluses earned since the club started until today. We accumulate all the surpluses, that's the accumulated fund. Or you can say the differences between asset and liability, also same. Okay, next one. State the effect of the surpluses of deficit of the BH Sports Club income expenditure account for the year ended 31st July 2020 will have on the accumulated fund. So this one will be, there will be a 2000, right? There will be a increase 2000. There will be an increase 2000. Your accumulated fund will be increase 2000. Can or not? Very simple at this question. Okay. So can you do these two questions at home? Then try yourself. The next two questions, JP Limited, we have done in the class lah. So you do yourself. And question number, next question number 4 and 5, next week we will discuss. Question number 4 and 5, next week we will discuss. Okay, I think that's it for now. We stop here. Any problem, you can ask me now. No problem, you can leave the meeting. Please redo this question again. Please redo the question. These 3 questions, do again. Any problem, you can WhatsApp me. Okay. Any problem, you ask me. No problem, you can leave the meeting. Thank you. Bye.